Hi, my name is Ann Whitehead-Houck, and I have just recently celebrated 20 years as a music therapist, first with Fairview Hospice, now AccentCare Fairview Hospice. And it's my honor today to speak with you a little bit about how music therapy can help provide support for our hospice patients who are transitioning or actively dying and at the end of life. I often find that music still plays a valuable role, although it may be more of a supportive role once a person is no longer able to engage as completely as they did when they weren't, in their end of life process. But I find that the music plays a part of holding the space, is what I like to say. It creates that sense of sacredness sometimes, but also just a presence. I find it especially valuable when a person is very near the end of life and they have, several people, family members and loved ones gathered with them, and they're not quite knowing what to say, what to do, but they want to be there, and there's always that awkward silence. And I find that the music is a very helpful filler and to hold them all together as they're sitting there thinking and reflecting, and then all of a sudden they'll start sharing stories and memories, and often there's a lot of tears, but there is laughter too as they reminisce together. And I also believe that the patient is listening as everybody is saying those things too. Another way that music supports people at the very end of life is just to validate their religious beliefs, their spiritual beliefs, and to present the music that they find that says that for them and says, expresses what they believe. So I always ask about that, if that is something that they would find helpful, especially at the end of life, and often they say yes. But I really want to get to my little scenario I want to share with you about how music can also provide a sense of permission to go. I think as hospice workers, I think we all have heard from a patient who is nearing the end of life that they'll make a statement themselves of needing to go, or I have to pack, or someone is waiting for me. And so I always feel like this is their way of saying they're preparing themselves for the next journey ahead. And the example I want to share with you about that is just the other day I spent some time with a patient who is transitioning. He's somewhat responsive, but very sleepy and fatigued. And he loves World War II era music. And I sang Sentimental Journey with the image of the train and bound, going to heaven. And all of a sudden, as he was falling asleep, I thought he was soundly sleeping. He opened his eyes all of a sudden and said, "Did you see that?" And I said, "See what?" And he said, "That train." And I said, "Oh, I missed it." And he said, "And a big, beautiful blue sky." And I said, "Oh, that was awesome." And he said, "Yes, it was. It was beautiful." And he was good with it. And I called his daughter afterwards, and she thanked me. She said that she's ready for her dad to go, to die. But it helped her knowing that he was preparing himself too. So thank you for your time. I hope this gives you a little idea of what we music therapists can do for our hospice patients at the very end of life. Take care.